Hey guys, so today's project is this headband. I had some scrap pieces of fabric from a dress that I had made, and I saw this on Instagram and decided I would try this project. I ended up lining the headband with matching fabric and the bow with matching fabric. The only thing I would do different was maybe make the bow wider, but it's a pretty easy project. So the first part is lining the headband. Now the headband I had from Walmart, it was like $1 and it's covered in like a satin piece of fabric. And I decided I wanted to have the flowery fabric. So I went ahead and I marked it 3/8 of an inch wide. It's folded in half. And then I kind of rolled the headband just to get a measurement of how long I had to cut my fabric, and 15 inches seemed the ideal length. So that line that you see, that purple line at the bottom, is 3/8 of an inch of a piece of fabric that is folded in half. Now I decided that was the exact size of the headband, so I was going to stitch all the way across, but not on the line. My center point of my sewing machine was on the line, but that needle, if you can kind of tell, is actually 2 notches to the right. So that was what helped me have a little bit of room to be able to put it into around the headband. So then I used my scissors, I trimmed the edge, I cleaned the edges, and then I had to turn it right side out. I had to use a little bit of an unconventional method just because it was so thin. I stuck a little metal rod into the fabric, then I stitched it at the edge just with a scrap piece of fabric. It was just so thin I had problems turning it right side out. And then I go ahead and I quickly work my way through it, and I'm able to pull it out. So that was a little bit tricky, and that's the only way I could figure out how to turn it right side out. So once I did that, I went ahead with my iron, I pressed it down, made it nice and crisp, trying to get the center all lined up at the bottom so it would look perfect. And once I did that, I could just pull it through my headband, and that was the headband lined. So the next part will be the bow. Now the bow was another piece of fabric just folded in half, and it's going to be 1.5 inches by 17 inches. And I went ahead and I stitched the top and the sides, but I left an opening in the middle of it, and that's why when I turn it right side out, this is what it looks like. See, there's an opening right there, but my ends are closed. Like, I stitched my ends close so I would have a nice little clean finish to my bow. And I use this cool tool to get it to turn right side out, and it works perfectly. And once I did that, I took my little tool, I don't know what it's called, but it helps to get those corners nice and crisp. So I did both sides, and once I was done with that, I could use my iron and I could go ahead and press it, make it nice and crisp. You do have the choice now, once you're done with this, to either stitch that opening close, or you can leave it because it's kind of hidden in the knot area, but that's a preference thing. So I go ahead and I tie my bow this way, just loop around, and then there's a lot of wiggling and working of the bow to try to get it just the right way. Now there's a lot of manipulation and just trying to get it the right length and the right center that you want, but this seemed to work out perfectly. And then you can just go ahead and slide it into your headband and figure out where you would like it on the headband to be positioned. Once again, working it a little bit more, tightening as much as you need so it's nice and firm on the headband. Even though you will be hot gluing it, you just want to make the right placement on it. And I figured this was not so bad. So once I added my bow, I went ahead and I finished the edges. Now the edges is pretty easy. You just have to kind of work in the edge, like you want to turn it into, I don't know how else to explain it, just kind of push it in and finish the ends, and then just use some hot glue to close it. And the bow, once you're happy with your bow, you can also use hot glue and get that nice and placed in the right area. I like to put it to the right hand side. These are my finished edges, so just to show you guys. And I put clips at the end just so the hot glue could dry. Then I hot glue my bow, and that is it. That is the finished product. I liked it. I thought the headband worked. It matches their dress and it looks cute, and it's not with the plain black headband that I have so many of still. So anyways, I hope you like this project and thanks for watching.